Hello everyone, I am Doodlemans86. Today I am going to review the Colossal Queen of Ice Shimo from SH Monsterarts. Released in Japan in January 2025 and in February 2025 for the US, this massive figure utilizes transparent parts and metallic paint to capture the appearance on screen. With a price of $240.99 MSRP, let's see if this figure is worth picking up. Taking a look at the box, this box is magnificent. As you can see, it is really long. We have Shimo, we have a lot of purples, the blue font, pretty cool. On the back, we have some promo images, which look pretty neat. And because of the purple on the box, you can mix and match with the other releases in the Godzilla Kong line. So that's really awesome. With that out of the way, let's get to the figure. Shimo articulates really well. So, starting at the head, we have a tongue on the ball joint, but it doesn't really move too much, but you can see it does move. So, that's pretty cool. The jaw is on a hinge, although just like Godzilla, it doesn't really open up that much, which sucks. But it does open up pretty well. Just not as much as I'd like it to. The head is on a ball joint, and as you can see, we have a system of ball joints here for the neck. We do have some neck pieces here, like this is just a neck piece, a floating piece. And we actually have this front piece here, which is on a ball joint. And there is the information right under those plates. So yeah, you do get really nice movement here with that neck though, because she can look really far to the left and right. I mean, that is just excellent. She can look really far up, and she can also look really far down, which I'm really happy she can. I feel like most of the movement or in photography pictures, it's going to be the neck and head. So yeah, I'm really happy that she articulates well in those pieces. I love that. These shoulders here are on a ball joint. As you can see, there's this shoulder piece to cover gaps. Can go forward and back pretty well. Can go out really nicely. So that's always good. We have a ball joint at the bicep here, and for the elbows, well, they act like a hinge sort of, but they are ball joints. Like you can see here for the forearm, we have a ball joint, so that's pretty cool. That's really nice. We get ball joints here everywhere. The ankles are on a ball joint, or not the ankles. Well, technically, they are like the ankles, if you will. The toes here are also on a ball joint-ish. As you can see, it's separate pieces, so yeah, you can get some decent poses with that. For the back here, because we're going to talk about the whole torso here, the whole body, the main body, this piece is on a ball joint, as you can see, really long. It works well, I guess, because it can go up and it can move out of the way for poses, so I guess it does its job, but it is there. So there's that. We do have ball joints here in the body. We have this one. Doesn't really do a lot of work. And then we have this one, also doesn't do too much. The ball joint that does do all the work is this one right here. As you can see, you get a lot of nice curves with that. We also have a ball joint here. Moves well. You can get a lot of nice crunches and left to the right, side to side. That's all pretty neat. I think it's all pretty well done. For the hips, we have the hip piece, and we have a ball joint forward and back. Nice spread. We have ball joints here for the knees again, but they act like hinges, but they are ball joints. I think these ones move a lot more freely. And then here we have a tight ball joint. We have another ball joint here at the ankle, and then we have another one at the toes here, which this one moves a lot better. As you can see, you can get a lot better poses out of that. For the tail here, we have 12 ball joint pieces, if I'm counting correctly, and you can get a lot of nice poses with this. And as you can see, that kind of pops out easy, but that's if you like push it too much, not that it's loose. But speaking of loose, for the thagomizers here, they are on ball joints. One of these, this one, specifically for me, falls out a lot, so I might just glue that in. But yeah, I love that they articulate. I love that. That is really swell. I love that. But yeah, besides that one piece, this figure moves really well. This figure is really fun and smooth to play around with, and she can get a lot of poses. She's very flexible and well articulated. Overall, great articulation. For sculpt and paint, Shimo looks glorious. I love how she looks. I love Shimo's design. and I was really happy to see how Monsterarts did her. This does look like it's based off the concept art though, as like you can see it in the, especially you can especially see it in the head, and you can also see it in some of the body and the thagomizers for sure. And as you can see, the head here is the most interesting part. Super long, as you can see. They sculpted the gums, the tongue, the teeth individually painted and painted well, I'd say. The eyes are really tiny and metallic, but they look glorious. You can see there's like some pink around the eye. And the whole body is like white, but there is some iridescent paint here with like the pinks. And there are some spots of yellow and some like light blue. As you can see in the top of the head, there's some of that light blue I was talking about. You can see some of that going down the body. So that's really lovely. I'm happy it's not just all completely white. Well, technically it is all completely white, but yeah. The crown of crystals right here is my favorite. I love that. Blue, the beautiful blue. And I mean, just look at the crystals. I'm so happy they made them translucent. And you can see there's like a metallic purple, which just looks so pretty. This figure just looks so pretty in hand. I love how they did the crystals. The shine is just so beautiful. I love how they did that. They did a mix of translucency and metallic colors. My two favorite parts of any figure. I mean, any figure that does that I automatically love like that. The proportions here are pretty neat. As you can see, she has gigantic arms and legs. Lots of scaling and armor plating everywhere. I love these patterns. They look appropriate. They look very well done. Quite neat. The back, we have a lot of crystals going out, just jutting out of the back, which just looks magnificent. I love how they did that. The one gripe I have with this figure is that the nails aren't purple, like in the movie. And then for the tail, that also looks awesome. Large and deadly. And these thagomizers are no joke. They look awesome. I like how they did that. Overall, Shimo has a massive and beautiful presence to her. The sculpt and paint is just so well done, and she just looks so threatening but awesome. Overall, great sculpt and paint. We do get one accessory, but it's not for her. It's for Kong. So they kind of did this thing with the GXK line where they gave accessory pieces for Kong throughout all these figures. But yeah, here we get the growling head with the metal tooth, which looks fine. So just gotta pop it off and then pop this one on. I mean, it looks fine, but I'm not a huge fan of the growling head. It's there if you want it, but yeah, it's not for me. But it looks cool. Shimo here is available on Big Bad Toy Store, Amazon, Entertainment Earth, and E-Night Media. I got mine on Amazon, which is swell. So, as you can see, I have her in the basic pose on all fours. So from feet to the top of the head, and by top of the head I mean the top of the crystals, she's 6 inches tall, but from the feet to the top of the crystals in the back, the ones on her back, she's like 6.5 inches tall, so pretty tall figure. From, well, lengthwise, she's actually 16 inches long, so pretty long, pretty big girl, and long. Here I put her next to some other Monsterarts figures you may have in your collection. I definitely say she's my favorite of the four. I just love the presence this figure has, and she is gigantic. I think that's the main selling aspect of this figure is how huge she is. She looks massive next to the other Titans I have. And of course, I think I said it previously, but I love having the Monsterverse villains together, and Shimo here just completes the collection. I mean, just like how, ooh. And I don't know why, I just love putting her next to Ghidorah. They look awesome together. Both massive, shiny Titans. Overall, great height. I love this Shimo figure. This is an impressive and massive figure, and I just love how she looks. She articulates very well, and she is very flexible and posable, and she just looks so awesome. That shiny metallic painting, the translucent crystals, the gigantic size, and the fact that she's just so posable is just such a great combination that make for a fantastic figure. I do wish there were some accessories, maybe some frostbite blasts, or I don't know, maybe some smoke effects. So having these Monsterverse Titans next to each other, I must say she is definitely my favorite of the GXK line. She just looks so awesome. She's so gigantic, and I don't really have any problems with this figure. Of course, it's based more so on the concept art, but that's not something that bothers me. But if it is something that bothers you, then that's definitely something to look out for. Overall, I love this Shimo figure, and I definitely say that it's worth picking up if you're a fan of Shimo, because this is an awesome figure. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.